David, this looks really good. What I'm really liking here is the detail in the sky, the detail on the floor, the detail in the drapery, the windowsill, the little latch. All of that looks fabulous. Um, the stars, the movement, I like all that. What isn't working very well for me is the utter lack of, or the symmetry of it. It's we have some diversity and some action in terms of asymmetry happening in the view outside of the window, and I like the fact that the view outside of the window conflicts with the time of day outside of the room. That's an interesting conceptual touch. Um, so that's what I would urge you to somehow address. Is to make it a little less symmetrical and a little more dynamic visually. We're getting a lot of interest because you're using color very beautifully. You're rendering your objects very realistically and very beautifully and using a lot of detail. So that's adding a lot of interest, but the overall composition is a little too symmetrical. Not that symmetry is bad, but we want to be surprised, okay? The moon looks a lot better. I still am not super happy with the placement. Anytime you have a moon or a sun up in the upper right-hand corner or even the upper left-hand corner in a very, balanced way, it looks like a kid drawing, which can be good if that's what your intention is. So I would either make the moon bigger or smaller and further away. There's just something about the way it's placed with this wall that's way too contrived and balanced. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I would do to kind of defy this symmetry here. The moon might be a piece of that. Maybe even having the angle of the stars and the movement in the stars and the moon be at a diagonal, okay? Or maybe have the curtains blowing in the breeze. Everything is very perpendicular, verticals and horizontals. So maybe get some diagonals in there, okay? Or emphasize this view a little more. Maybe bring us in closer so that what we're looking at through the window is more obvious and becomes the focal point more. Okay, so 99% of this is fabulous. I would just play a little bit with that, that overall composition. Wonderful work. You've done a great job this semester.